Thursday night, Steelers, Titans, Dave and Adam, and all of your questions here on Fantasy Football Today. I'm trying something new today, Dave. What do you think?
I think you're a terrible person, and I'm kind of irked at you, to be completely honest.
Well, our first question is perfect. Baked or grilled burgers? Dave, what's your answer to that?
Oh, it was grilled burgers, you punk.
Yeah, Dave had grilled burgers tonight, so good for
Do you
him.
think I'm joking around? I'm kind of mad at you.
Why? What'd I do?
I told you a story, a personal story about my Halloween night, and you decided to kind of share it on a podcast I wasn't even on.
Well,
it makes me a little, I don't know, it makes me feel a little weird that you're telling somebody else's story.
Well, I didn't tell it like it happened to me. I said it was you, and then I asked would people let anyone use their bathroom.
You told the whole story.
Well, Dave, I felt like the moment was passing. Like once you get to Friday, you can't talk about Halloween anymore. That's 3 days.
Could have done it on Wednesday.
I know. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot. Look at what Arvin said. Dave is my idol. All right. Let's just be happy about it.
Arvin doesn't know what the hell he's talking about
either. We welcome you all. If you have any questions, now's the time to send them in. We'll be answering questions till about 8:10. And yes, like the stream. Would you start Jaylen Warren tonight or the guy who hasn't been practicing, Amari DiMercato?
I would lean on D'Avocado with the hope that he ends up playing and catching more passes than Warren. Warren just has not been able to get the job done. 3 weeks ago, though, we would have said that this is the perfect matchup for him. And now it feels like Najee's starting to take over a little bit more work than we thought.
Yeah, but I don't really think DiMercato is going to play if these are your only two options.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I mean, look, if Keontae Ingram is available, you could always drop DiMercato.
Just go with Warren. You talked me into it already. Like
you did say D'Avocado, right?
I did. DiMercedes.
Flex, DiMercato. What's with this DiMercato? Shaheed or Palmer?
Palmer's in the lead there for the flex. Did he practice today? We should know that information before we come on the live stream.
He did not.
Did not?
No.
I see.
But that was their first practice of the week because they have the Monday game.
I would say Palmer if he plays, Shaheed if he's not going to play, or if it looks like he's not going to play.
Right. Okay. George Pickens or Demario Douglas?
I'd go with Pickens. As much as we talk about Demario Douglas and how we think he can assimilate into this offense, he hasn't actually done it at this prominent of a level yet. So I'd go with Pickens.
A DJ Moore or a popular dynasty strategy, tank sell.
That's very clever. It's DJ. I know that the matchup's really hard, but he's safer than Tank Dell. I watched the Texans film today. I can tell you all about it.
What'd you say? What do you
mean? I got to buy an ice cream sandwich, so hold on.
An ice cream sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
You had burgers tonight and an ice cream sandwich for dessert.
Well, it's Greek yogurt, so it's actually super healthy.
Yeah, right. I am legitimately.
Chocolate mint.
I'm worried about you. I'm really.
Well,
all right,
you'll be able to tell stories about me while I'm laying in a hospital bed. Hey, Dave's in the hospital, everybody. I know we're past hospital day, so we got to get this story in before it's too late.
Apparently, we have to get something else in. Let's bring something up here.
How about this? These are Deshaun Jackson's player prop picks for this evening. Which ones do you agree with and which ones do you disagree with?
I agree, I think, with all of them.
So how is Hopkins going to get over 53.5?
Many yards. It's not that many yards. Because I know it's a good question. How do you go?
Well, Levis might. I don't think. Did Levis have 200 yards last week?
Probably. I think so. All right, Deshaun Jackson, it's on. Steelers win this game easy. That I don't agree with. But
I do.
When do they win games easy? I mean, that could be a stupid question. Maybe it happens all the time. But let's see. Have they had an easy win all year?
I think it'll be an ugly win. Maybe not an easy win.
They've had 2 7-point wins.
Who did they beat by 7? Let's see if I can remember.
The Ravens.
The Ravens were one of them.
And who else?
I think I got Greek yogurt on my microphone.
That's great.
My microphone's going to smell good.
Disgusting. I'm going to read some questions here. Zach Moss or DeAndre Hopkins?
It's Hopkins, but it's closer than you think. And you wanted me to tell you about the Texans film?
Sure. After this one, Dell Watson,
100 likes.
This is we might have that. Dell Watson, Henderson, Addison, pick 2.
We love you too, Jalen. Addison and Watson, assuming it's Christian and not Justin.
Okay.
Or Tom.
We have 72 likes. Let's get to 100 so we can hear Dave's breakdown. Really, this is gross. Like all the sound effects I'm getting here. Would you start Will Levis or hope for? Oh no, don't.
No, it's Levis.
Oh, but you can go to Heineke or Minshew. So yeah, I'd probably just go with.
Can we have a conversation about Levis?
No,
because it sounds like
this is not the place. This is not the time or place, Dave.
When would be a better time or place? 2 days after, like you did with my Halloween story.
You tell me what you want to say about Levis, and I'll tell everybody on our next stream. Would you go with Heineke or Minshew?
I'd go with Minshew over Heineke.
All right, so do that, and you'd go with Minshew over Levis.
No, I guess I'd go with Minshew over Levis too.
Okay, I thought so. All right, yeah. What's up? What's up, Shaper?
How many likes do we got to get to for you to eat a banana the way Will Levis does?
Ew.
With the peel on? I've done it before on somebody else's live stream, actually. And it was terrible.
That's disgusting.
So, but listen,
that's right. I have a video of that I never played.
Let's keep it that way. Now, as part of my process of being an unrelenting fantasy football analyst, I went back to learn about those gimmicky things that Levis did, eating a banana with the peel on, putting mayo in his coffee. And both times he was basically dared to do those things. These are not things that he does on a regular basis. And what that told me about him is that maybe he's a little bit too much of a crowd pleaser. And maybe he just wants to try and like make everybody happy and laugh. And, he's got to focus on playing football. And hopefully that's where he's at right now and not dumping weird stuff into his coffee.
That's ridiculous analysis. Because I could say he seems like a really fun person.
He probably is that too, but
right, let's answer more questions.
If you dared me to do something, I'd probably do it. But like if you dared me to do something that was like bad for me or something that I really didn't want to do,
you do it.
I don't know if it's you. Yeah, you're fun. You're cuddly.
Standard scoring.
I'd go with. I think I have Deontay a little bit higher. And standard Hopkins. Thank you for mentioning the standard part. Let me dial in here and make sure that I'm ready to go for this. I'm all over the place.
Dial in. Half PPR. Who are you sitting? Puka Nacua, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, or Chris Olave?
I've got Cooper lowest on that list as long as PJ Walker is the quarterback.
Dave, help.
Hi, I'm here, Jesse. I'm here.
A Cardinals running back or Devin Singletary?
If there's no Pierce, it's definitely Devin Singletary. If there is Pierce, I would probably take the stab on DeMarcado. I have the exact same running backs as Jesse. Oh, man. 14-team league, triple flex. I talk about it every now and then. My usual running backs are Montgomery and CMC. They're out this week. My number 3 running back is Jaleel McLaughlin. He's out this week. I'm starting Darrington Evans and Chris Rodriguez. Those are the best running backs I could find. I'm pathetic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I mean that's happening. Unfortunately, I'm not in such dire straits like Chris Rodriguez, but I've got some lineups that I'm thinking.
I'm in such dire straits that I'm going no.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's good. I like that.
I knew you'd appreciate that.
Is Chig startable?
You got to be real desperate at tight end. I like Tyler Higbee better, just based on a track record that Brett Rippon has with tight ends. That's just one name. You couldn't get McBride when we talked about him 2 weeks ago, you knucklehead. Now you're stuck with Okonkwo
or Deontay Johnson.
We can answer this.
This is half PPR.
It's still going to be Hopkins and half PPR. In full PPR, that's when I'd pivot to Deontay.
Hopkins over under 5 catches.
I think he can get 5. I think the Titans are going to be shrewd here. I don't think they're just going to like try and do the exact same thing they did last week. I think they understand that Levis is going to have to get the ball out a little bit faster. They're going to have to be more aware of the pass rush, and they'll adjust to it. They adjusted to it last week, too, with him. I actually think he might be pretty good.
Madison or Warren, PPR?
It's Madison, but I don't have a lot of confidence in either guy.
Ferguson or McBride, PPR?
Let's go with McBride.
Hopkins
Take
or
the chance on the targets.
Godwin.
Oh, no, you know what? If it's full PPR, I do have Hopkins a spot higher.
Sit one, Zay Flowers, Marquise Brown, DeAndre Hopkins.
It's Hollywood.
Sitting Hollywood, okay.
Yeah.
The chat
with
loves
Clayton
you.
Tune. Thank you, Don. I see you in the chat all the time. Don Flamenco.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest guy to beat in Punch Out. I could never get past him.
What?
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
I could beat everybody else in that game, but could never get past Don.
If you cannot beat Mike Tyson, if you can't beat Don Flamenco.
I'm just telling you what I'm telling you.
Well, then I'm going to tell everyone in 2 days. Start one in full PPR. Foreman, Roshan, McBride, or Quentin Johnston?
I think I'm going McBride. I watched Johnston's film too. Are we at 100 likes yet?
I'm sure.
Would you like to hear?
133. Yeah.
Would you like to hear about the Texans?
Yeah, sure.
The Panthers basically dared them to run and took away the deep ball. They played their defensive backs back.
I said this like 4 times on the show.
Who, me?
Me.
Yeah. Yeah, good for you. So you watched and you saw what I saw.
Oh, I just read the quotes. That's what CJ Stroud was talking about.
He's exactly right, and he should know he was there. But it makes me I wonder if they don't view Nico quite the same way that we thought they did at the beginning of the year. Because Noah Brown was actually the guy who was making plays and kind of beating in that zone a little bit more. And Dalton Schultz might be kind of buns at this point. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with Tank Dell being back. It did look like there were a couple plays that were designed for him. And the Panthers did a good job of covering them up. Panthers were good laterally near the line of scrimmage. It was anywhere between like 5 to 10 yards downfield where they let up a bunch of catches. Anyway, it made me cold on CJ Stroud because I think the Bucs will be able to emulate that with a better pass rush.
Okay. I didn't tell it like it happened to me. Half PPR, start 3. DeMercado, Singletary, Warrens. Yeah, welcome to week 9. Who are your 3 here? Show the banana video. Yeah, I can try to find that one, actually, if you'd like.
It's around somewhere. If you ask Joey Wright, I'm sure he can get it for you. I will start. Good God, Riri, these are terrible choices. What have you done? You're usually good at this. You know your stuff. I would not start Warren. So let's prepare for the 3 receivers. But if there is no Pierce, you will pull back from, I think I'd pull back from Dell over Shaheed first because of the matchup and put Singletary in. Thank you.
Everybody, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, we would appreciate it. That would be great.
We can talk about Quentin Johnston next.
All right, I'm sending Schaefer a video. The subject of the email is Dave eating a banana. So let's see. Let's see how we do there. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna scroll down here. Warren, Spears, or Roshan?
This is one where I might just take my chances with Warren. Roshan would be next up. So what the Bears did with their running backs last week was Foreman and Roshan split non-high yardage third downs, and then Darrington Evans took the third downs. So that's not a good situation. You don't ever want to be there, but Roshan would be the one to play if it's a blowout, which it might be against New Orleans.
Let's see. Our next question is Pickens or Kareem Hunt?
If it's non-PPR, I might lean toward Hunt. Otherwise, I will take Pickens.
Addison, Lockett, Gus, and Dell. Pick 2. Addison, Lockett, Gus, Dell.
Adam, you shouldn't be texting her during a live stream. We need your attention here. I would start Addison and do I have Gus over Lockett in PPR? I think I'd have Lockett over Gus.
Okay. Addison or Deontay?
Addison.
Cool. see, we got I'm starting to lose trust in Pollard. Yeah, I am too. I'm struggling with Tony Pollard this week. I currently am sitting him in a league.
Who are you starting over him?
Barkley, Swift, and Walker. But
I'm on board with it. I'm on board with it.
I might put him in over Walker.
Yeah, Walker's got a tough matchup too.
And I don't know about his health and the catches. This is going to be such a good game for fantasy. I think the Cowboys-Eagles game.
I would hope so.
I hope Pollard can catch some passes. But yeah, I think I'm going to sit him. But yes, I would definitely trade him for Breece Hall. Definitely.
If you can do that, there's someone out there that will accept that offer.
I wouldn't think so, but
I wouldn't do it. Hopefully they don't see the trade chart. Do it before they see the trade chart, David.
Let's see. DeMercado or Singletary?
It's going to be DeMercado if there's no Pierce. If there is Pierce, then it's DeMercado, assuming he plays. Pierce was the better runner. I should mention that too. Watching that Texans game. Did you say that 3 times, Adam?
I did not.
Okay. Pierce was the better runner in the game. And Singletary blew a pass block badly. Just got absolutely pancaked.
Pickens or D-Hop?
I have Hopkins over Pickens. I have Hopkins over Pickens.
We don't even have a million likes today, guys. That is unacceptable. We have 223 likes. Hit that like button. We'd appreciate it. How much Halloween candy did you have this week, Dave?
I had very little. See, you might be upset with me for having Greek yogurt ice cream sandwiches, especially live on the air, but I stayed away from the Halloween candy. I think I had 4 peanut M&Ms, 1 or 2 Tootsie Rolls, a bag of Snickers, and 2 of those long Toblerone things.
That's not really that little. I mean, like 2 Toblerones and a bag of Snickers, and like how much Snickers? That's a lot. All right,
I told you I kept it light.
Start 2 in this group: Puka, Johnson Smith, or Pickens. I don't know who we're talking about.
Is he trying to say Jackson
Deontay.
Smith?
No, I think he's talking about
saying Deontay and Devontae.
Huh?
I'd go with Devontae Smith and Puka Nacua. There's a redeeming quality to Brett Rippon as a quarterback. He can throw short passes, and Nakua's caught plenty of those.
Sam Howell or Will Levis?
Howell. Studied both those guys this week. I feel much more comfortable with Howell.
Look at these quality emojis here, though.
Howell is a wolf, and Levis is the jeans. They came up with a nickname for him in Tennessee already.
What?
Billy Jeans.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Good.
He's not my lover. Warren or Tank Dell?
Dell has more upside.
Would you sit Metcalf for Deontay?
Double checking my rankings for accuracy. If it's full PPR, I would. Ravens secondary has played great lately.
Deontay or Rice? That one we're gonna go with
Deontay.
Everett,
and they had the emoji for Rashi Rice too. Very clever.
Everett, Ferguson, or Njoku?
David Njoku.
Should I pick up Taylor Heineke or fire up Will Levis tonight?
I'd go with Billy Jeans.
That's Will Levis.
That's Will Levis. Yes, it is.
Will
Levis is not my love.
We got a lot of really
a guy who throws 55 yards on a dime. D-Hop was the one. I should have started him. Whoo. No. All right, who am I picking here? DK, Deontay, Pittman, McLaurin, and Devontae Smith. McLaurin for sure. And I believe I have Pittman highest next.
Okay. And let's see. Any trade? I made a trade offer tonight, Dave.
Let's hear it.
I'd like to talk to you about it.
I'd like to hear it.
Here for.
That's what I'm here for.
Although I don't think it involves a quarterback. I'm trying to trade Travis Etienne. So I'm giving up Etienne and Ayuk for McCaffrey and Olave.
Yeah, good luck.
What would you do? Would you do Etienne and Lamb for McCaffrey and Olave? Because I thought about that. but I feel like I'm not going to do that.
I don't think you should. I don't understand. I understand why you're getting nervous about ETN. He's obviously in some rare territory. We haven't seen him play like this, but we also knew that he had it in him when he came out of college. He's coming through. You just wish he'd had a higher rushing average. That's it. But two good games, and his rushing average will be just fine.
I mean, it's not really about the rushing average. It's more about the schedule. He's only had 2 tough matchups this year, and he had 1 bad game and 1 good game in those 2 tough matchups. He's had a pretty favorable schedule so far. It gets hard. Olave or Addison?
Chris Olave against the Bears. A matchup I cannot resist.
Yeah. A game I just can't wait to watch. DeAndre Hopkins or Rashad White?
Double checking my rankings to make sure that it's the answer that I think it is. Did he say what type of format?
No.
That's a huge deal, Tony. If it is PPR, it's close. If it's non-PPR, it's Hopkins. In full PPR, I'm sorry to slow down everybody's lives here. I do have Hopkins higher than White.
Okay. Yeah, that's really slowed down my life.
Whenever I'm stuck in traffic or my life's slow, I take a minute and try and think about all the blessings in my life. The people that I work with who I truly appreciate, like Heath, Jamie, Dan, Chris.
Thomas.
Who?
Pittman or Downs?
I will go with Pittman. Love both this week.
Najee or Henderson?
I'd go Najee.
Najee. Tajay or Singletary?
Tajay or Singletary? Don't remind me of Tajay. We don't know if Singletary is going to be the man. I would wait it out and go with Singletary.
That was funny. Dave had too much Greek yogurt today. He's on another level. Lockett.
Thank you, Kurt.
Lockett or Dotson and Logan Thomas or Ferguson?
I love what Dotson did last week. I just don't want to chase it expecting another big game. I will go with Lockett, who I think tends to step up a little bit more in tougher matchups for Geno, and Logan Thomas over Fergie Ferg.
All right, let's see what LeBron has to say about tonight's game, Schaefer. Let's see.
LeBron James?
Mm-hmm. He's right about Minka. Yeah.
Minsa. He said Minsa.
Well, he did say that, but he's right. That hurts. Well, we don't. Does he give bad picks? Is that like a thing, Thomas? Yeah, he's bad. You know what? I gotta try the internet. There's a lot of stuff out there that I just don't know about. The meme from today's show, the tell me I'm wrong meme that somebody put me on.
Yeah. You've never seen that before?
Never seen it.
It's been around for a long time, Adam.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Have you seen the GIF of you dancing?
That I've seen. Yeah. That's not so popular anymore. But
you look so young in the picture.
Do I?
You look exactly the same. You look like you're 12 no matter what.
That was the last thing I did before COVID. That was at the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
And then probably it was a room with like 2,000 people in an indoor auditorium and nobody knew what COVID was. And then like that was the last thing I did for a couple of years. Hopkins, Deontay, Mostert, but at least it was, at
least you got to ask Drew Rosenhaus if frog and dog rhymed.
Oh my God. You asked him and he was like, yes. 3 of this group. Hopkins, Deontay, Mostert, Pacheco, Jacobs.
Mostert and Jacobs have to be in there. I'll go with, do I have Deontay higher? I do. How many times have I checked that tonight? Like 5. Deontay over DeAndre. So Johnson and then the running backs. Puka or Pickens? Let's go Puka. I picked Puka over Pickens.
DJ Moore, Stevenson, or Godwin, PPR. Please help Dave.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear from you. Jake's smart like that.
Because I'm not gonna give you the same answer.
Godwin is gonna be my him or Ramondre. I kind of like Ramondre's matchup now that Washington ditched half their D line.
Okay, I'm going.
I think I'll lean on him. Godwin would be my second choice.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say DJ Moore, which was going to make me upset. Warren or Hubbard?
Chuba.
Hopkins. Nope. Did that one.
Sorry, Jibber.
Did we do this one?
Pete. I think we answered something close to it. I like Addison better.
Okay. Star 2. And he says, good evening, fellas. Thank you. And a good evening
The
to
OG
you.
Holiday with perfect manners.
Yeah. Based on his picture, the OG Holiday appears to be National Hockey Day. Half PPR, pick 2. Hopkins, Henderson, Collins, or Jones?
I'm assuming that's Aaron.
Sure.
Not Julio.
Not Daniel.
I take the receivers over the running backs. So
Daniel
Phil
Jones.
Collins and Anthony Hopkins.
Daniel Jones might be my worst player in my lineup this week. It's super flex, thank God, but
that makes it better.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Well, yeah, it'd be worse if I was starting him in a 1 quarterback league. Right?
Yeah. You have the feeling that the Raiders are just going to come out
and lose?
Like House of Fire. No, the opposite.
No.
There's always that one game effect after the coach gets fired where the interim coach gets the team hyped up.
He's throwing this game for the Giants. Once a Giant, always a Giant.
He's not.
No, I don't think the Raiders. It's funny. It's like Giants are tanking now. They gave up Leonard Williams. I think they might. I think they're going to win. I think the Raiders win. Yeah. What a game that's going to be. I think O'Connell's going to be in a lot of trouble. I think they're going to get after him. Please sit.
That's true.
What are you dipping?
Yes, I'm having tobacco.
Puka Nacua. So who are we sitting here? Puka, Downs, Garrett Wilson, or Tyler Lockett?
I am going to sit Downs of this group, especially if it's a standard league.
Man, I think I want to sit Lockett against Baltimore.
It's easier to sit Downs. Then you're comfortable, like this.
Yeah, it's true. Pickens.
And then when you're done, you just stand Cup.
Pickens, or I'm guessing that's Gabe Davis.
Oh, I'd go Gabe.
Brandon Cooks, Devontae Smith, or Rashid Shaheed.
It's Smith.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. Like, I started the week thinking, because Jamie was talking about Brandon Cooks as a waiver wire ad, and I thought to myself, it just seems a little bit of a reach. Like, maybe to speculate, okay, I get that. But, like, to use this guy? And then I watched him play, and he's still super fast. I just wonder what it is about what the Cowboys are doing that they don't use him more. And if there was ever a game where they needed to use him more, or maybe even wanted to use him more, given the way that the Eagles secondary played, not just last week, but really recently, it makes sense. Like, Brandon Cooks could end up being really good if he's still out there. I would at least stash him, but he might be a really good bye week replacement. Wrote about him on this week's lineup decisions. Check it out at cbssports.com.
Yeah, but you're going to go Smith over him, but I like,
hell yeah, I'm not crazy.
But one thing I noticed about the Eagles' pass defense is that when this is a real shocker here, but when they get sacks, they do better. And they've got a lot of games where they are not getting sacks, and they've got a lot of games. I think it's like half their games, they've got 4 or 5 sacks. Half their games, they get, 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And when they don't get home, they're struggling to cover people. And the Cowboys are pretty good at preventing sacks. They give up the 7th lowest pressure rate in the NFL.
They've gotten a lot better. Part of it is that they got healthier. Remember, they had injured. The game against Arizona, I think they were missing 3/5 of their offensive line. It was bad. Yeah. So they're playing better. I think there's a chance Dallas wins.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If Dallas doesn't win, if the Eagles win this game, I think they are locking up the 1 seed. I know it's premature to say that, but barring some big injury, they are going to get the 1 seed.
Do they play San Francisco this year?
They must, because they both won the division.
Yes, you're correct. So that game might be what decides the number 1 seed.
That's true. Giants D or Vikings D?
I like them both. I believe I have Minnesota's defense higher.
All right. Grade these trades. I get Taylor for Lamb and Wright. I love Lamb and Wright. Delicious.
I like if you're getting Taylor, I like it, but I'm I like it on the idea that Jonathan Taylor will turn into Jonathan Taylor eventually. He's getting there. He's close, but he's not quite turned the corner on being that beast.
This next one's pretty interesting. AJ Brown, record setter. 6 straight games with, I think, 125 or more yards. That's a record.
Correct. That is the stat.
Correct. Give up Andrews, Hopkins, and Purdy. He still has Burrow
Love
and
it.
LaPorta. Yeah, if you have
Love
Burrow.
it. That second trade is what dreams are made of, Lewis.
See, the reason why, even if you have Kelsey or Mark Andrews, right? Let's go back to week 1 and Sam LaPorta is on the waiver wire. Even if you're loaded at tight end, you still get him. You go get McBride. You go get Kincaid. This is obviously a lesson for the future. But you get these trade pieces because picking up a great quarterback on the waiver wire is probably not necessarily going to help you make a trade. Pick up a great tight end on the waiver wire that has staying power. It's going to help you make a trade.
You want to hear one of my little tricks of the trade?
Yeah.
There's a league that I'm in, long-standing league. You're not in it. We still use kickers. I drop my kicker every week to pick up another player and then try to make a trade involving that player. Done it twice this season. It's helped me get better players on my team. And then if I don't make a trade, I just drop somebody Sunday morning, pick up a kicker. Lineup's legal.
Nice.
Let's win.
All right. I have Dotson and
QJ, Quentin Johnston.
Oh, all right. If Samuel and Palmer are both out, who do you start? Dotson.
I'm going to go with
Dotson.
I think I have to say Dotson here because Quentin Johnston still, like, he took a step forward this past game against Chicago, but number one, it was against Chicago. Yeah. Now he's going to be playing the Jets. That's going to be a really tough matchup. They are outstanding against wide receivers. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he's like, I don't know if he's ever going to fulfill his potential. He had a hard time separating from Jalen Johnson. And I get it. Jalen Johnson's one of the better cornerbacks in this league. But I don't know if he's ever going to become like a huge playmaker this year, especially.
Yeah, I said this on the box score, but Collinsworth was talking about how at TCU, he only played on one side of the field. Mm-hmm. And he's learning how to, be a wide receiver, basically. Pick 2 here. Hopkins, Evans, Josh Downs.
I will sit Downs.
Nice. Ayuk and Nico for Devontae Adams. Would you do that?
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. You're buying low on Adams. This is part of the winning formula in fantasy.
Burger, banana, cherry, apple, watermelon. Rank them. Rest of the season.
Burger, banana, watermelon, apple, cherry. But I have to say, like a sliced apple is a terrific snack, and it kind of fills you up.
Yeah, it's a meal. That's the problem. Cole Kmet or Logan Thomas?
So much. Donuts are a meal too, Adam. I have Thomas over Kmet. The deal with Kmet last week was the Bears ended up not needing him to block because they were getting blown out and the Chargers weren't blitzing. And so he ran more routes without blocking and got more targets that way. I would imagine he's going to need to help block New Orleans. Second defense, not second.
I'm starting him in one league, and I'm desperate to find a replacement. You're
going to have a hard time finding one that you'll like.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's got good potential.
That's scooped up. I'll start Donald Parham over him if Everett's out.
Did Everett practice today?
I don't know.
I'll look it up while you find a question for us to answer.
I think you got to go with I don't know.
I'd go with Avocado or Akers.
Yeah.
I got into it with a couple of Twitter bros about Akers last week. They were mad that I didn't have him in my cheat sheet. They insisted that he was going to be the lead back for Minnesota. And I mean, he scored, but he was rotating series, and then he barely played in the second half because the Vikings were rotating series literally. So there was like a one-play drive. That was your drive, Cam Akers. Go back to the bench. Alexander Madison is up next. So that kind of stood out to me, but Madison's been so bad. Any game now, I would imagine that Cam Akers will take over and be the leader in rushes.
I just don't know where that's coming from. And if he is the leader in rushes, I feel like that'd be by 2 rushes. Not in a significant
Could be by like 5 or 6 rushes.
I don't know. I don't really understand the logic. Like, what is he doing that's so great? But
he's not averaging 1.9 yards per carry.
Is that what Madison's averaging?
That's what he did last week.
Oh, okay. Last week. Pitts.
I have the Chargers injury report. And I'm here to tell you, Adam, some terrible news. Gerald Everett practiced in full.
Oh, okay.
So you will not be enjoying a Parham sandwich.
I'd probably pick him up and start him over Kmet then.
I don't know if I like that.
It's Mr. McBride.
I'll go with McBride.
Yeah. I wonder if London's out, though, if that changes your mind, because he hasn't practiced.
I might go with Pitts.
All right, we'll revisit that one.
Yeah, London did not practice each of the last 2 days.
Is Alvin Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, Garrett Wilson, and Logan Thomas enough of a return for Mark Andrews and Tyreek Hill?
I think the trade chart has it almost even. I could double check it for you if you'd like. But Tyreek is the most valuable player in fantasy right now. 1 QB leagues.
Yeah, Andrews is actually potentially screaming sell high here. He doesn't get that many targets. And Zay Flowers out-targets him. It's very close. But this is not something we've really seen before. I mean, I guess Marquise Brown was getting targets too. But Andrews, I think he's just not dominating in targets the way we thought he was. He's doing really well. I don't know if I still like Andrews, tight end 2 rest of season.
I mean, it's so easy on your lineup.
I'd probably make this trade to get Kamara and Taylor, and Garrett Wilson's pretty valuable.
I think Garrett Wilson is what puts it over the top. And I know that Garrett Wilson has the Zach Wilson issue, but he's still got a floor of 14 PPR points, almost regardless of who he plays. I actually like him more this week than I did last week. You got real lucky with him last week, guys. I just got to say.
Yeah.
Real lucky. Half his yards in the last quarter in OT.
Here we go. McLaurin, pick 2. McLaurin, Olave, Devontae, Nakua.
McLaurin's up there for me. I believe I have Smith over Olave. So let's go with the NFC West, NFC East guys.
Okay. Pick 3. Puka, Hopkins, Olave, Devontae, Zay Flowers, Deontay.
It's a lot of Tays. Smith and Olave, please.
Who?
Smith, Olave, and I think I have Flowers next up.
Okay. Would you trade Higgins for pick? Ooh, I don't think I do this. Higgins for Pickens and Roschon.
Hold Higgins.
Dell or Pickens, PPR?
Pickens.
Deontay, Addison, or Chubbard?
Deontay. No. Addison.
Really? Okay. Marquise Brown or Addison?
Addison. I'm not ready to trust Clayton Tune.
Yeah, I don't trust him either. Finally start. You know what? We should get that sound drop from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Should have known it was a tune. Finally started watching the YouTube stream after 5 years. Def not what I was picturing. What were you picturing?
Yeah, Tyler, what? You thought I was like some sort of fat, ugly old guy with glasses and a goatee? Way off.
Okay, Pickens or McLaurin?
McLaurin.
All right, we're out of here. I want to share one thing with you since we brought up Mike Tyson. Hold on, I want to share my screen. I was always proud of this picture.
There's a game about to go on, Adam.
Yeah, I got you. I took this picture. I saw my son sleeping on the couch one day, and I said, "This looks really familiar." I was like, "He looks like he got knocked out." It always cracked me up the way he fell asleep. His feet. It's like his feet were so perfectly straight. I always found that weird about Mike Tyson's Punch Out. So right now it's all right. Well, thank you.
Want to go play right now?
I played over the weekend. It was really fun.
Do you have your original Nintendo?
I have. If you recall, they released like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe, this digital version that has 30 games or so just loaded on.
I remember that, yeah.
And I couldn't get one. And I was talking about it on the air, and they were sold out so fast. And one of our listeners, Ricky, he had an extra, and he sent it to me.
What a stud.
Amazing gesture.
I love Ricky. I know who he is.
So you don't have to like blow in the cartridge or anything. It just
Right. I still have my original, so I have to like once every 4 years unscrew it all and clean it.
Yeah, well, let's
quite a
leave with
sight.
this comment. Thank you, Jose, and thank you for being here tonight. Good luck in week 9. Remember, we have starter sit for the NFC home games tomorrow. We got a live stream at 11:30 a.m. during that Dolphins Chiefs game, and we have CBS Sports HQ Sunday morning at what time? 9.
It'll be at 9 a.m. this week because of the early game.
All right, Jose.
We answered your question, Jose.
Up to the rubber hose later.